We did it!
Hello.
Hi! Oh, hey, look at that. Our camera's not too dark.
Paul fixed it for us.
Yay!
Yay.
Oh, was it broken?
It was a little dark. He set it up. The lights were off. They weren't turned on.
Oh, well. Thank you for turning on the lights, Joe.
It was not me. It was Paul.
Thank you for turning on the lights, Paul. Welcome back to Now Kiss. I'm Kathleen.
I'm Joe.
We're friends! And we're here to kiss cats!
I hope so.
Maybe. We're trying so hard. I mean, I feel bad that, like, after bungling so many cat dates, we ended up, now we're like, no, I'm going for you, cat. That happens to be a magical crystal pixie dream cat.
It's perfect. They suit each other.
Yeah, I hope so. And Sir Blick says subscribe for 26 months in a row, saying, finally can catch this live. Happy 26 months. Happy 26 months to you.
Ooh.
So let's turn up perfect date. And let's just get right to the action. Joe, take us on to the screen where we sit in the corner.
This one?
Yes!
Woo!
We did it. Here, scooch over a bit. There. Okay, let's kiss some cats.
Yep.
So the goal is we're gonna try to finish today. We're like halfway through chapter 4, I think. The issue being if we don't finish today, then we have to take a 1-week hiatus because of the pre-release. The Battle Bond pre-release is on is next Friday. But then we'll come back and finish Perfect Date. So we'll do it. Okay, continue. We've done all our extras.
Yeah.
Research, romance, or recon.
What? Do we have any recon to finish?
Oh, wait, we might not be able to do any more recon right now.
We might have to date to unlock something.
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's research or romance.
Very good. Romance, I guess.
Alright. Alright, Trixie.
Let's date this cat.
The sun has almost set, a large orange orb so low in the sky. I feel I could reach out and touch it. Maybe this is what Trixie wanted me to see. Her whispered invite from behind the lab door this morning was a brief cave, sundown, dress to de-stress, be there or despair. I'm just going to turn us up a bit, and I'm going to turn my headphones down a bit.
Sure.
Let me know if that balance is okay, chat. As I reach Trixie's cave, my breath is literally taken away by a breath-stealing ghost. There are clusters of luccites, tiny illuminated flies that look like strings of fairy lights hung all over the beach. They lead to a formation of rocks close to the water's edge, spotlit by the amber glow of the moon and surrounded by the sparkle and twinkle of more luccites. Lucilites? It's magical! I call to Trixie as she emerges from her cave dragging something in her mouth. I dash over to her to help her. Whatever it is, it looks too heavy for the delicate calico.
Oh, thank you. I'm almost done. Could you take it over to the seats?
She's indicating the rock formation I was just admiring, and now that I see it from this angle, it really does look like a seating area. In fact, the whole area looks like a stage, beautifully lit and set. Flunge into Lost just subscribed! Welcome to the channel! And when I put the cloth bundle where she wants it and untie it for her, I discover a small collection of objects that Trixie immediately sets about organizing. She's so deft and determined I can't help but see the human in her. Hype! Not new yet, 1991, subscribed for 3 months in a row, saying 3 months! I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Please correct me in chat if I did.
How do I turn down my headphones? It's super loud.
It's this.
This one?
Yeah.
Very good.
Can I do anything? Alright, that's not Stephanie's voice. Stephanie's very type A. Can I do anything? This looks fabulous, Trix. How did you manage to set the stage, the Lucilites? I don't know what this word is.
Luccites? Even though it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I've heard before.
Yeah. She laughs. Yeah.
Easy when you know how. They just love mana.
Lucilites. Okay, lucilites.
Nice.
Mana?
The mana from the heaven flowers. Look.
She takes a flower from a garland she's pulling from the cloth bag and punctures the bulbous center with her claw. A few drops of clear, sticky liquid ooze out, instantly attracting a tiny swarm of sparkling flies. What is it?
Taste it. Go ahead. It's safe. Fumi. Actually, it's delicious.
I gingerly touch a droplet with the tip of my pinky and put it on the tip of my tongue. Oh. Hip New Year 1991. The E is silenced. It's sweet and spicy like cinnamon and honey. She's right. It's delicious. The garland is now around my neck, and it looks like I'm wearing a necklace of dancing lights.
Just being swarmed by bugs.
Yeah. Trixie has nudged a much smaller garland onto her head, and the effect is stunning. You have a halo! Trixie giggles.
Well, I am an angel after all.
This stuff is good. Is there mana in this? I drink warm, sweet nectar from a shell that Trixie has placed in my hands.
Yes, amongst other things. Steady though, McMurphy helped make it.
Oh, so it's alcoholic as shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you effed up.
Pretty good.
Ah, I could detect the warmth of his Irish charm. Sante, Murph! As I drain the shell, I feel a bit lightheaded and I sit down on one of the rock seats. Well, hello, chums. I didn't see you there. The whole of Trixie's mineral family are gathered on the other rocks. The gang's all here. This is a lovely treat, Trixie. Thank you.
Oh, but the main event is only just beginning. I'd like to present for your pleasure and delectation, Mademoiselle Trixie.
I clap enthusiastically, but I have no idea what's going on. I'm having a ball anyway. And then it begins. Trixie has taken center stage, throws her head to the full moon, and lets out the most almighty sound. It's long and loud and weird, a strange concoction of meowing, hissing, and purring all together in a cacophony of ear-piercing caterwailing. For a moment I'm confused, but it's like another part of me starts to take over. A part of me that understands this awful racket, and my ears rearrange what I'm hearing until it sounds like singing. Simon 40 Russell is subscribed for 20 months in a row. It's like my own personal Mersbo concert. Beautiful singing, sad and plaintive, and then rising to hopeful and rousing until I'm compelled to join in. I throw back my head and let out a sound I didn't know I could make.
Come on, Humi, come up here.
Trixie is inviting me to join her on the stage. I'm momentarily brought back to my senses, aware of who I am, and it jolts me. What the hell am I doing out here on a beach at night with a clouder of yowling cats? I thought there was only one cat.
Yes.
But good use of the word clouder. Part of me feels like I'm intruding. It's voyeuristic, and I feel uncomfortable.
Join me.
There's another part of me that wants to cut loose and allow myself to experience all of it. I think I have to follow my feline instincts if I'm going to succeed in this date.
Sexually date, yes.
I gracefully leap onto the platform next to Trixie. From here, the view is even more astonishing. Zombini subscribed for 2 months in a row, saying, back for round 2 with the Lure Crew. Finally got this Prime thing figured out. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Woo.
Thank you for giving us that Jeff Bezos money. The cats are swarming in from the rocks and the undergrowth to join us. Oh, there are more cats. We are all harmonizing as though we are one entity. Tails intertwine as lucilites dance around us. Trixie has become kind of a dance, stretching and twisting her whole body. She looks elastic. I begin gyrating too, and it feels fantastic. Every muscle and sinew is malleable. I am in total control of my entire anatomy. Before I have time to take in what changed, I am running at full pelt, with Trixie following and behind her a whole string of cats, all scampering in a serpentine line with me at the head. I weave around the rocks and right up to the water's edge. Then suddenly it all changes again, and we're reaching up towards the moon. Cats standing on their hind legs, front legs stretching up and swaying as though being blown in the warm breeze. The moon is melting its amber glow over us until suddenly I feel a wave of nausea wash over me. I break from the other revelers and crawl on my hands and knees a little way up the beach. It feels less potent here, and I lay down for a while and let the sounds of the yowling cats sing me to sleep. Oh boy, we high AF, says Sir Jack DB. We certainly are!
Surprised we didn't turn.
Alright, lovely nap. Romance.
Sure.
I don't have long, Trix. It's a busy day in the lab today. Lots of deliveries? Trixie is pulling at the corners of the cloth she's laid on the ground.
I know you're a very important and humanly person, but I think you'll be pleased. You gave up a bit of your time for this.
She's produced a small box wrapped in pretty paper with a ribbon around it. Oh my gosh, where did you get this from? Did you wrap it yourself?
There's no need to sound so surprised. I thought you knew by now. I'm a very clever cat. Well, open it.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but I tear off the paper and bows and I toss them away. Trixie leaps on them, delightedly playing cat and mouse.
Come on, Humi, you need help.
No, it's mine. We tussle for the box playfully and eventually I retrieve it and take off the lid. Oh, wow, Trix. It's a...
Quakestone!
Of course, it's lovely. Trixie starts to laugh.
Oh, Humi, you're so funny. It's not lovely at all, but it is useful.
She's right, it's not lovely. It's an ugly looking chunk of stone about the size of a walnut, pinkish gray, but mostly gray. Useful? Does it do something?
Pick it up.
I take the lump from the box and instantly feel a vibration in my hand. Whoa, that's weird! What is it? The feeling is spreading up my arm and through my torso. Is this like a primitive vibrator?
What?
Because it vibrates.
I don't know. What other naturalistic explanation could there be? The power of crystals. Expensive crystals.
Oh.
Can you feel it? That's the quake. It's from the danger zone.
Oh, I don't want to put something from the danger zone on my badge. What? You went to the danger zone?
Well, no, not personally, but I know someone who has.
Who and how?
Quakestone. It alerts your energy, transforms your frequency, and makes you in tune with the danger zone so you don't get zapped.
Zagrog has subscribed for 38 months in a row saying, sub still chugging. Vibe way to the danger zone, says G-Dwarf.
Yep.
Yes. Wait, are you saying that if I hold this, I can go into Elder Cat territory?
That's right, Humi. That's my gift to you, protection.
Holy shit. I have 100 questions competing to be asked, but I know I have to get back to the lab. Trixie, you're an angel. Let's meet up another time to discuss where you got this and how to use it.
This is our destiny.
Oh!
Yes!
New recon.
I'm excited we unlocked that.
Oh, let's recon that shit. Let's do it.
Yep. I don't know what they mean by getting zapped. I mean, when we got sick, it almost turned into a cat.
We're actually pretty cool. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recons left.
Wow.
Interesting. That's the stone that Trixie found is fascinating. I've just got to take a closer look at it. The professor is away on an overnight trip to the mainland. What, he gets to leave? So I've got the lab to myself for a while. I've been running tests on the Quakestone that Trixie gave me for hours now, and I'm no closer to understanding how it works. It emits a constant pulse, but I can't figure out where the energy needed to generate the vibration is coming from. Looking at it under the microscope, the structure seems less like a gem and more organic? It looks like very smooth interlocking scales which move and shift very slowly. It's as if the rock breathes.
Oh, what if it's a bug?
Ugh. I sit back and try to clear my head. I wonder. An idea has been half-forming at the back of my mind all day, and now it's loud and clear. I need to go to the Elder Cat's territory and see if I can't join up some of the dots in situ. I decided it would be foolhardy to head to the danger zone alone, so I alert McMurphy to my plan, and he agrees to meet me there. I throw a few things that I think could come in handy in my backpack and set off, swinging by Zane briefly to let him know I'm out of the grounds for a couple of hours. He's on a seat down by the water's edge. Hi, Zane. Waiting for the supply boat? He doesn't bother to look up from his paper.
No, that's not till tomorrow. Bring the professor back.
Okay, just catching some rays then, eh? He carries on looking at his paper and doesn't respond. Well, just wanted to let you know I'm going on a field trip today. Now he shows an interest.
Aren't you meant to stay in camp when the professor's away, in case something happens to one of the cats?
Yeah, strictly speaking, but everyone is doing fine and I only intend to be gone for an hour or two. You can cope, can't you?
It's not a question of me coping, it's a question of you breaking the rules.
My heart sinks.
But if it's important, then I expect you have to do what you think is right.
I'm taken aback. I get the feeling he's giving me his blessing without saying it. Thanks, Zane. Wise words. I turn back up the jetty path.
It might be a good idea to let me know when you're going, just in case.
They're all fine, I promise you.
My concern was for you.
Oh, Zane, I'm touched, but I'll be fine too. Thanks for caring.
Even so.
I feel under pressure to tell him where I'm going, but I'm worried he'll stop me. I decide to come clean and hope for the best. Heading up to the other end of the island.
To the danger zone?
Elder territory, yes.
Be careful then.
I will. And I get away before he can change his mind. I wonder why he's so easygoing about me sneaking off to the danger zone while the professor is away. Maybe Zane's not so bad after all. Maybe he's bad and he's double blinding us with his badness.
No, I want to believe in him. And not lie.
Well, the Mr. Marigold's okay. Mrs. Marigold is not.
No.
Maybe Zane's okay. And then that gives us 2 allies and
I mean, he's basically having an affair with a cat. So.
I don't... well, yeah, he's got the cat sickness probably. I don't want to...
You don't want to trust him just yet?
Yeah. I also really don't trust Professor Popper. He scares me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any sign of McMurphy. We said we'd meet here on the border of the danger zone. I am squeezing this quake stone in my hand and I can feel the vibration gently pulsing up my arm. Just as I'm about to venture forward alone, I hear a friendly whistle. Murph!
Are you missing me, Kara?
I was giving up on you, to be honest.
Ah, that's not nice. You should never give up on a buddy.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I don't mind admitting that I'm a bit nervous. Here, let me put this around your neck. I've made a collar for him by drilling into a piece of quake stone and threading some twine through it. I don't want either of us to upset the elders. We need all the protection we can get, although I'm not sure that this will even work. It's a big risk. Come on then, stay close to me.
And you to me, Kara. And you to me.
I can hear the amusement in his voice as he springs ahead of me and crosses the line into the danger zone. For a split second, I hesitate. I want to see if anything happens to McMurphy. If something does happen, I want to be able to get help.
Not making me your cannon fodder, are you, Kara?
Just watching your back, Murph. And with one large step forward, I'm over the line. I stand still for a moment to feel the difference, and there isn't any. I feel exactly the same pulsing coming from the quake stone, only now it seems to be all around me. It begins to tingle. Can you feel that?
I most certainly can, and a beautiful thing it is.
He's right, it feels really relaxing without being drowsy. My mind is super alert, and I feel much more energized than I did even a few minutes previously. There are some elders over to the right. They must be able to see us, but they don't seem to be bothered by us being this close. As I take in my surroundings, I notice there are large rocks that all appear to be made of quake stone. We skirt around the edge of the area, keeping as low a profile as possible. I can't believe we're doing this.
Oh, Kara, I wish I could show you your face.
Why?
Because you're grinning from ear to ear. You look like a Cheshire cat.
Maybe we've gone through the looking glass. Then I see the huge obelisk-type stone which most of the elder cats are sitting around. What do you think, Mac? Quake stone?
Has to be. Look how serene they all are.
They're completely calm. Some of them are looking at us, but they don't seem in the least bit bothered. There's no aggression in these animals. They are in total harmony with each other and their surroundings.
And who scratched us?
Come on, Mac, let's leave them in peace. We move back to where we came in and gather some of the lumps of stone to take back with us.
I can see why they like it here so much.
Okay, let's get this off your neck. You'll be turning elder if I'm not careful. We walk back mostly in silence. It's a nice silence, contented.
Well.
Romance.
Wait, should we do one more research? What if our romance finishes things unwittingly?
I think we can only finish with research. Alright. So, tag cats? Or, no, let's not finish that experimental medicine testing.
Right. We felt like terrible people. Well, I guess, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to, though, unless this opens something else up. Here, kitty kitty. I'm out on tag and scan rotation. My sun is beginning to set and the beach is cooler. This is hunting time, so in theory more cats will be drawn out from their hiding holes. 3 research ends the path. Yeah.
Okay.
The other time for tagging is midday when they're laziest, but I find the heat too intense to come to this part of the island at that time. Something catches my eye and leads me into the forest. Oh, here, kitty.
Just me.
Oh, hi, Kibbles. How's it going?
Divine it. Ooh, what's that thing?
Kibbles is already eyeing my chipping pen.
Looks like a weapon. Is it a weapon?
No! Well, kind of. Do you want me to show you how it works? Kibbles gives me an exasperated look.
How dumb do you think I am, human?
Look, you'd be doing me a huge favor if you'd just let me use this thing on you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I don't think I can actually tag you twice, and I need all the practice I can get.
Well then, catch me if you can.
I hear it. Yeah. Echoes through the forest as Kibble seems to disappear before my very eyes. Impressive. How did you do that? Kibbles, come back! I won't shoot you, okay? I'll even let you have a go if you could show me how you disappeared so fast.
He won't come back now.
The new voice startles me.
He's like the Scarlet Pimpernel.
I turn to see a mid-sized brown-haired cat scratching the trunk of a tree. Oh, hello. I don't think we've met before. My name's...
I know who you are, Turntail. The island is buzzing with news about you.
Turntail? What does that mean? I realize I'm going to have to scan her. Kibbles leaps from nowhere and pins the new cat to the floor.
Shoot her! Yeah!
Sorry, this won't hurt. It's for your own good. It's so we can make sure you stay safe and healthy, and I seized my opportunity to move fast. Already grabbed the scruff of her neck, and before I finished speaking, I've pressed the pen between her shoulder blades and released the microchip. There, all done. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Whoa, awesome! Can I shoot the next one?
I doubt that, Kibbles. I wiggle my thumbs in his direction.
Oh man, gotta get me some of those.
Can I get up now? I have things to do.
Kibbles? He remains pinned to the other cat. I reach for the spray bottle in my pocket, and he leaps away with a laugh. Off to you, then, to do your things. Anything I can help you with?
No, just duties, duties, duties. Must get everything done.
Okay. I'm gonna have to enter data for you in this catalog. How about we call you B?
B.
Because you're so busy. Busy Bee. Look, B. Would it be good if I could get you come back to the camp and check you over and make a note of your details? If you want to drop by when you're free, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll have to come back with a cat carrier. Not so great.
I'll come by. I know the place.
The cat slinks off. Do you know her, Kibs? Kibbles emerges from his hiding place in a tree.
Yeah, I know her.
Is she okay? She seems a bit unhappy.
Oh, she's fine. She's just like you is all.
Like me? What do you mean?
You're the scientist, you work it out.
No, the very first researcher that left behind their work.
Oh, yeah. Who's probably still here.
Because we're all dead. What if each researcher that successfully turned into a cat would have been a new cat to meet for the next researcher?
Oh,
That would have been infinite.
So many cats. Kibbles vanishes again.
I wonder if there would have been a note as to who the first journal belonged to.
Alright, let's rest. Yeah, we refused to do the research last time and it prematurely ended our run.
Yep.
Alright. Let's... Successful romance with Trixie.
Let's do it. I think we've answered well so far.
I've been following a familiar sound along the shoreline. I can't see Trixie yet, but I'd know that plaintive song anywhere. It leads me to her cave. Trixie, can I come in?
Wait a minute.
I can hear a flurry of activity, shuffling and liquid being poured. Trixie, are you nearly ready? It's freezing out here. As soon as the sun goes down, this island becomes ridiculously cold.
Come in.
Her voice is slow and sing-song. The cave is warm and welcoming. There are flower petals scattered on the ground and little jars of lucilites in the corner. Trixie is stretched out on a rock as though she hadn't moved.
This is so adorable.
Hello, you. Long time no see.
Hello, Fumi. I wondered when you'd show up.
As soon as you invited me, actually. She ignores me and indicates a jar of amber liquid.
Help yourself.
She's in one of those moods, and so I take a sip of mana juice and make a note to go easy on it this time, remembering how potent it is. So, how's Trix?
Great.
You've not been around for a few days. She doesn't respond.
Oh no.
I thought you were avoiding me. I force a laugh, but now I'm beginning to think I was right.
No.
Have I upset you, Trixie?
Well, in a way, I suppose you have.
I know she's laid out a spread for us, though.
Oh,
Oh, I was kidding, but tell me, what did I... She cuts across me.
I don't mean to be rude, but would you mind just shutting up and letting me talk for a while? Oh, no.
Of course. I'm a little anxious about what's coming, but I do as I'm told and sit in silence.
Life.
She pauses and smiles. I'm not sure if I should respond, so I just smile back.
Life is great and all, but sometimes it's not quite as great as you try and pretend it is. You get so used to making the best of it that you stop being aware that it's only a sliver, or that it's only silver, or sometimes even bronze. I mean, nothing to complain about, but then something happens that is so golden, so platinum plated, rose gold, the fabulous... What?
The fabulosity.
Oh my goodness. Fabulosity of it catches you up like a twister and turns everything upside down and inside out so that you're flying and dancing against your will. You're powerless and powerful, and silver will never be good enough again. Do you know what I mean?
I open my mouth, but she plows on without waiting for an answer.
I feel it now, the fizzing in my tummy, the fluttering of my heart. I am champagne, popping and sparkling, lightheaded and silly. Am I silly? I feel certain, and not silly at all, but I can't stop giggling, and my eyes are weepy all the time.
You are very silly, Trixie. That's what Penelope would say.
The
You taking
silliest-
off, Cam?
Just for a couple of hours.
Oh, okay. Meet you back up here at like 5:30, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, gonna go out, have some lunch.
Yep.
Go for a walk.
Sounds
Go
good.
outside.
Enjoy.
Go do.
I know what I want in my heart, but I can't connect it to my head. I feel happy. Truly happy. Not before happy, which wasn't really like being happy at all, but 24 karat happy and nothing less will do.
Earthen One has cheered with 69 bits. The fabulosity of this stream.
Ooh.
There's a long pause. Pause. I look down and see that my glass is empty, and suddenly I feel a bit woozy.
Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Your turn.
Oh, I'm not very good at speeches, and I don't think I can match yours.
A simple answer will do. Soulmates don't come along every day, Humi. We have a chance here to take a leap and see where the adventure takes us, or forever wonder what we miss.
Really, take a leap or forever wonder? What should we choose? Of course, I'm in! Together forever! Let the adventures begin! And Trixie and I begin to laugh and laugh until we're rolling around on the ground so that anyone who saw us would think we were a couple of crazy, intoxicated cats.
Because we are cats. We're both cats. Relationship goals. Woo!
All right.
Did it.
Well, that one was pretty easy.
Yeah, I was worried. They really... I don't know.
All right, ready to kill off Stephanie?
Maybe we'll stay as a cat, because they won't avoid us.
Maybe. Yeah, actually, that's true. We have to do 7!
No!
I mean, we could refuse again.
But then we'll get killed.
We'll probably get killed either way.
We don't know that.
I don't want to do...
I don't want to leave early by refusing. I want to see what happens.
I think if we complete this, completing 3 researches leaves the island too, right?
But
We're
we've
leaving
never-
either way.
We've never seen a successful date leave, though.
I arrive at the lab a little later, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna skim through this because we've seen this before. He's like, I need to go, you need to carry out some samples from our offshore lab. He doesn't tell me what we do, and then we have to test on a cat, which is weird, and it looks crazy and weird. Alright, there we are. So...
yeah, this is the skin cream that, like, burns their skin, right?
Mhm. Maybe. We don't know what it is because it's not cream. It's like a milk. Alright, let's put this to a vote. Refusing might get us extras again. That's true. I'm anxious. I hope we didn't mess up a date. I think we succeeded because we got
Yeah.
like the love invite.
Yeah. Like,
Let's put it up to a straw poll. If somebody
Okay.
wants to make a straw poll in chat, MTV CDM is one of our wonderful mods. I'm going to volunteer you to do that, please. We will put up a straw poll. That would be great. Unless somebody beats you to it and puts up a straw poll in the next couple seconds, we'll debate. I say no. I say no.
If we don't finish the research quests, how will we know what they're doing here?
We work so hard to date Trixie. I don't think we should throw it all away. On the one hand, I strongly refuse. On the other hand, if we refuse, that means the next guy will have to do it still. I mean, I wonder if you can
true.
go through and just never complete this research.
so many pathways would just not happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, MTV CDM, thank you very much, my friend, has put up a straw poll, so you can go vote in that straw poll.
We haven't followed up with the other cat yet either.
No, that's
when
true.
we said we wouldn't apply the cream to them.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Mystery cat.
Ravenpaw,
Yeah.
which is now unlocked,
Yeah.
so you can probably date her last. Can you click on the straw poll link? Most people are seeming to be like, yeah, we should just do it and take the risk. You could just hit view results and we can look at the results. Oh, lots of people doing it. It's overwhelming. 11 people want us to do it, and 3 people say don't do it. I feel like I'm getting outvoted. You want to do it too, don't you? Just to see what happens.
This is our first successful date.
All right.
I wanna do that pathway because we
Okay.
haven't.
I guess we're administering this sample. I have no choice. The professor will fire me if I don't do the job I was hired to do. I try to stay professional and detach. I open one of the crates and retrieve Muffin, a slightly plump Persian. She starts purring as soon as I touch her. She's a little older than the other cats and loves the attention.
Sorry, Muffin.
I hope this stuff doesn't harm her. I set her down on the counter, get a little bit of the sample, and apply it gently to her legs. She seems a bit put out, but she's still purring. That's a good sign. I wait about 20 minutes and nothing has happened. Hopefully another good sign. I apply a little bit more to the back of her neck this time. I feel really uncomfortable doing this without any recommended dosage or guidelines. Flying blind goes against all of my training to date, but I have faith that the professor knows what he's doing. This is his project, after all. After another 20 minutes, I don't notice anything physical, although Muffin does seem to be a little bit more energetic than usual. She's happily chasing my pen across the counter. I wrestle the pen out of her grip and make some notes of my observations and place her gently back in her crate. I decide to spend the night in the lab. I don't want to leave her alone just in case anything happens, but by 4 a.m. Muffin is sleeping soundly and I can't keep my eyes open any longer, so I head back to my tent.
This is longer than the hair cream.
Yeah. Okay.
Phew.
I've come to the forest to gather my thoughts. Oh, so it was fine. Okay, well...
We were very worried after the results of the other cream.
Yeah!
So...
And then the one that, like, Ravenpaw was like, please stop giving this to me. It's making me worse. This morning I noticed another change in my appearance. Up until now it's been easy to cover up my transition. Just have to keep on top of removing the excess body hair. Even the stub of a tail that appeared a few days ago hasn't been a problem. Who'd see it? This new development is definitely a turning point. How am I going to explain the fact that my pupils have turned into vertical slits? Oh, I can't risk anyone seeing me like this, so I'm going to hide out for a while and see what happens.
This is what happens when we successfully date.
Oh, we just turned into a cat!
Look at that cat! That's a
Well, we
great
don't
cat.
die. I'm exhausted. Can we stop for a second to catch our breath?
You're an old cat. We've only been dancing for an hour.
You dance, I'll watch.
Oh, I want to see them all as cats now.
And she giggles and dances while I recline against a rock in the evening sun, cooler but still deliciously warm. How did I get to be so lucky? I look back to when I thought having the virus was the worst thing imaginable, and it makes me smile. The day I decided to throw in the towel and allow myself to become a cat was the first day of a life beyond my wildest dreams. Why would anyone want an antidote? Being a cat is amazing, and being with Trixie is even better. Quest there has subscribed for 6 months in a row saying, Kitty!
Meow.
I lazily stretch and slowly fall into a nap. Trix settles beside me, the two of us curled up. Our bliss is only briefly disturbed by the familiar sound of the ferry arriving at the pier. It seems my replacement has already arrived. They'll never look here, though. We know exactly where to stay safe. I wonder if they'll be as fortunate as me.
Yes!
Now hiss, says Terminal Veloci 3. Yay!
Successful date! We make a good cat team. Yeah.
No one had to die this time. Yay! Continue. So I've only completed 11 out of 18 research, which means that we're not going to be able to complete all the research in the game because we did refuse to complete one-on-one playthrough.
That's possible, yeah.
We did, Joe and I decided we didn't want to date McMurphy.
I thought it was an interesting pathway, at least.
All right,
know what happens.
who's a cat next? This dude? Yeah, let's just keep playing through in order. Alright, what's this guy's name?
I don't know. Something that'll make a good cat name.
Look at that high top fade. After the actor who played my favorite Star Trek captain. Steve Beach.
Maybe the last one.
Avery Brooks, got it! Good job, Beowulf. I step off the boat and on to Cat Island. I'm full of anticipation about what my first day will bring. 8 hours, 1 journal, and 1 wild cat chase later. Huh. So apparently this first day brings physical assault and the biggest trauma of my life.
Is it awake? Human, we need to talk to you.
Save it. I know how this goes, fluffy bum. Blah blah catification, blah blah evasive answers. Oh, I should just play him like Cisco. Blah blah antidote. Basically, you need my help. Did I miss anything? I don't think I can do a full Benjamin Sisko this whole time.
No, not really.
Netsop subscribed for 43 months in a row saying, thanks for the laughs. Thank you for supporting us so we can provide you laughs. These are organic, farm fresh, farm to table laughs. As soon as I have farmed them from my brain, I deliver them to you, my customer.
Wow, you really did read that journal from front to back, didn't you?
Front to back.
Yeah, what are you gonna help us or not?
Fine, I'll help, whatever. See you after my day job. Avery's like...
Very nice.
I mean, at least the game knows. At this point, we know what's fucking going on here.
Yeah.
I return to the camp, feeling a bit less grumpy. I'm just about to enter the lab when my catalog beeps. A message without any contact information.
Snitches get stitches.
What the... Who the hell? Someone needs to take that phone away from Mason Marigold. Of course, this guy's gonna know who the phone belongs to.
I like this.
The rest of the day is uneventful, just working in the lab with the professor. I cannot wait to start unpicking this mystery. So as the cats are my starting point. I must know more than they're letting on. I intend to get to the heart of each of them to see what secrets they may hold.
Very good.
Alright, romance. Let's see who we get to pick. I'm guessing...
Ravenpaw.
Yeah, it's gonna be... We have to go with Kibbles.
Oh, why is that one not unlocked?
Probably because it doesn't unlock till the end, because it's the end of the mystery.
Right.
Out in the forest, looking for some shade in a place where I won't be disturbed. I need to be relaxed when I finally read the precious contents of the envelope I'm carrying. Feels like I've waited an age for this moment. Eventually I find a clearing with a moss-covered tree stump that looks comfortable enough. I have a quick check around to satisfy myself that I'm alone before I take a seat and slowly unpeel the flap of brown paper wrapper and pull out my issue of Kanashi Boy! Oh, it's such a treat to get some quiet manga reading time to myself. I'm just starting to get into it when I hear a rustling sound coming from the nearby bushes. And it's not the sort of sound the wind makes when it ruffles the leaves. It's more deliberate than that. I look over to the bush and the noise stops abruptly. As soon as I resume reading, it starts again. I try to ignore it and continue with my comic, but it's very intrusive and I feel that I'm being watched. Who's there? The rustling gets louder. Hello? I inch my way towards the source of the sound, nervously holding my breath. I reach out my arm to pull aside the branches when something bursts out of the bush and knocks me sideways. Kibbles, what on earth are you doing? Were you spying on me? He picks himself up from the ground, desperately trying to style it out.
Oh, you here? I had noticed. I was just looking for something.
In a bush?
Yeah, I left my...
He looks around frantically for something. He locks his eyes on an unremarkable, flat-looking pebble and picks it up triumphantly.
My pebble! I left my pebble in this bush. Found it now.
Good, I'd hate to think what would happen to you if you lost that.
Yeah, anyway, what are you doing?
Reading. I hold up the comic book, emphasizing the obvious.
Yeah, thought so.
You're very observant, Kibbles.
So, is that a Kanashi Boy?
What? I'm taken aback. Yes, actually it is. Do you know it? And more to the point, how do you know it?
Yeah, looks like issue 8.
That's right!
This is ridiculous.
Now I'm impressed as well as amazed. Kibbles, how on earth do you know that? Questions are flooding in my brain. So in my mind, maybe Kibbles is like a research assistant from Texas, who is also a big weeb.
Yeah?
Now I need to know how to play this cool. I don't want him shutting me out.
That's an old issue.
Looks like he has no intention of answering my questions, so I try a different tack. I'm a little behind, so I brought a couple of back issues with me to bring me up to date.
So, which version you're reading?
Version? I'm not sure.
It's probably the inferior American translation. You really have to get the original Japanese or European versions to get all the nuance.
Wow. Oh?
It's impossible to truly understand the depth of Fumiyoshi and Hara's relationship in the version you've got.
You're a proper fan, then.
Could say that, I guess.
I'd love to pick your brains sometime.
What do you want to know?
Does the original version explain how they are able to enter the third chamber together when Chisato gets turned into a hog?
Oh yeah, that's because she tried to pass through the gate with Isao's approval.
Oh, right. That would make sense.
It was a bit cut. That bit was cut for some reason. The American version they're selling these days is plebeian trash.
Well, I like it.
Any serious Kanashi Boy fan would track down the European translation.
I'm not sure, but I don't think I'd be able to get those delivered here. I guess I'll have to make do with the trash version.
I'd rather read something else than read that inferior rag.
Fair enough, but I'm still enjoying this. I go back to reading my trash, but Kibbles suddenly springs forward, grabs the comic from my hands, and runs off into the undergrowth. Hey, Kibbles, could you bring that back? But he's gone. I wait for a while, not quite believing what he just did. After a few minutes, I lose hope that he'll return and start packing away my things and head back to camp. Just as I start walking away, Kibbles comes crashing back through the bush. Oh, there you are. What was that all about?
I got you something.
That's when I notice he's holding a copy of Kanashi Boy issue 8, but it's not my copy. This one is in a pristine plastic cover. It looks new.
Here, this is my copy.
The European translation?
Original Japanese, actually.
Wow, but how do you understand it? Don't tell me you speak Japanese.
Some, look, I've made my own translation.
There are pieces of paper tucked between the pages with scrawled writing on them. Sparky2197 subscribed for 9 months in a row saying, "Hey, yes, sub baby. Hi Kathleen, just wanted to thank you for starting this show and showing me that the dating sims are something I really need in my life. They're so good. Some dating sims are so good.
Yeah?
My aim is to only play the good and the very weird ones. After this we're playing Monster Prom.
What?
Yeah!
That's hilarious.
I'm very excited. That's the upcoming game. But now we finish this. Spark. Top speed. There are pieces of paper tucked between the pages with scrawled writing on them. How did you manage that?
One of the ones before you, she helped me translate it.
One of the ones before me? What does that mean? A previous assistant?
Want to read this or not?
I'm far more interested in what he's just said. You said helps. Kibbles is looking at the cover of Kanashi Boy, but I sense he's pretending to be preoccupied. He's clearly said more than he intended to, and he's distancing himself from it. That would suggest they're still here?
Where does the circle end?
Huh? I'm annoyed that he's obviously trying to change the subject.
It's a simple question, human.
I'm worried if I push him too far, he'll disappear into the bushes, so I decide to play along for now. Where does the circle end? He's watching me intently, and I get the feeling this is some kind of test. The circle ends where it began, probably? Kibbs looks delighted.
Oh, cool. You've read it.
Read what?
Sakura.
I'm sorry, I don't know that one.
But you gave the right answer.
I have no idea what we're talking about now.
Sakura by Heishi Katsueki. You haven't read it?
Afraid not. Is it good?
Only the best in its genre.
Which is...
Guro, naturally.
And Guro means...
Gore, of course.
Oh,
Some dark tastes.
of course. I wasn't aware that gore was a whole genre. I realize that I'm a bit out of my depth here.
I can lend it to you. I have a copy here.
Kibbles looks like he's about to dive back into the bushes. Whoa, hang on a minute. That sounds really interesting, but I'm in the middle of Kanashi Boy.
So, ditch that and start this. You won't regret it.
Alright, read Sekuru, because that's the only way to make this date go well, I think.
Probably.
Well, normally I'd finish the series I'm on, but before starting another, but you've gotten me very interested in Sekuru, I must say.
Wait right here.
And he's gone before I can open my mouth. I'm starting to get used to this routine, so I wait patiently. He's back within seconds. That was quick. Where do you keep this stuff?
I could tell you, but...
Then you'd have to kill me?
Well, slow down, JJ. It's a bit too soon to be finishing each other's sentences.
JJ?
Jesse James, and Murphy told me about him. fastest draw in the Wild West.
And suddenly he's leaping around with pretend paw guns, pew-pewing until he's been shot and acts out an elaborate stagger fall death scenario. And he's back up on his feet in a heartbeat, pointing at the comic he's placed in my hands.
Yeah, it's universally agreed that it's the grossest manga out there.
Kibbles grins as though it's a positive thing. I take a look at the glossy black cover and feel my interest peak. This doesn't look like the sort of thing I'd usually pick up at the comic shop, but I'm certainly intrigued.
Great. You're just gonna love the bit where Kira's mom stabs out her own eyes because...
Kibbles, spoilers!
Oh, who cares about spoilers? Feels totally different when you see it with the artwork.
I don't want you to tell me any part of the story, Kibbles. It doesn't matter if it feels different.
Okay, but just remember one thing.
Kibbles, if this is a spoiler, I'll be very upset.
The circle ends back where it began.
Kibbles! I can't tell if that was an actual spoiler, but I still feel indignant. He holds up his paws defensively.
Wait, you said it yourself.
That was a lucky guess. What does it mean anyway?
It's the secret password for Sakura fans to help identify each other. The mangaka made it up himself.
Like the Mason's secret handshake?
Yeah, probably.
You don't know what the Masons are, do you, Kibbles?
It's like a boy band or something.
Close enough.
Should we make our own secret handshake, in case someone tries to infiltrate our manga club?
Good idea, Kibs. We don't want anyone getting their mitts on our intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So if you hold out your hand in a fist formation and do this.
Kibs has splayed his claws out if he's going to scratch me, but he pushes his metacarpal pad onto my knuckles. Feels really strange. That's great, Kibs. Really unique.
Yeah, so, anyway, I got a lot of stuff to be getting on with. Important business stuff. I'll have to catch up later. Human.
I feel a bit taken aback by his sudden change in mood. Oh, okay, Kibbles. I'll get on with this manga then, and we can discuss it soon.
Yeah, sure. See ya.
I sit down on the tree stump to get stuck into my new comic when I hear...
Fill your hands, you son of a gun!
I look up to see that Kibbles has crept around to the far side of the tree to ambush me. I spring into action, falling to my knees behind my tree stump. You wouldn't shoot an unarmed cowboy, would ya, you yellow-bellied snake? He momentarily lowers his paws.
What?
I seize my opportunity. Pew pew! Gotcha! I shoot my finger guns at him.
Nah, I dodged.
Kibbles jumps into a roll and shoots his paw guns at me. I guess? No, you got me! I can't believe this is how it all ends. I grab my chest and stagger onto the ground, doing a very good performance if I do say so myself.
That's what you get when you mess with the sass slinger.
I dart my head up. The what?
Oh, nothing.
What did you just call yourself?
I didn't say anything.
The sass slinger?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You're boring me, human. I'm gonna go now.
No, I mean, that's really cool. I want a name too. Kibbles looks surprised. I get off the floor and dust myself down. How about the sass slinger and his sidekick, the, banter bomb?
Banter bomb.
Yeah.
That's really embarrassing.
Okay, well, I'll think about it and get back to you, Kibbles. This has been so fun.
See you later, Bans.
He blows the imaginary gun smoke from each of his little paws and swaggers off into his bush. I feel childishly happy.
Okay,
That was cute.
I wasn't expecting any of that.
Maybe I should have given him a different voice.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
But, I only have so much going on.
Recon. Let's do some recon. Recon 5.
Ooh. Very nice.
Yeah, Kibbles is just like a weeb cat.
Yeah.
Free Rider Cam has subscribed for 2 months in a row. Thanks for returning. Yay. The professor keeps all the data on a closed network. I have clearance to access a few files, but most of the info is encrypted and inaccessible to anyone but the professor himself. Good thing then that he left his laptop unattended before going on a trip to the mainland. He's gone to collect some specific components for some of the experiments we're running soon, or so he says, so I'm holding down the fort. When I open it, I see his laptop is running the same technology as the catalog. It's the only working computer that I've seen on the island. It's password protected as I expected, but that's not a problem because I have a trick up my sleeve. Kibbles, come over here, work your magic. Let's come up with a new voice for Kibbles so we don't have to destroy ourselves. Kibbles has been playing with what looks like a rubber band under the professor's desk. He leaps up and stares at the screen with huge black pupils. it's a Unix system. I know this. So you just have to use an OXS.
I was
Did you
trying
ever-
to think of like a different version of Futaba's voice. So I was like, yes, Futaba, but cat. And-
Yeah, this cat is Futaba.
Yeah.
So you'll just have
It's
just
a
imagine
Unix-
it's Futaba.
Maybe I'll make it rough still. It's a Unix system, I know this. Okay, so you'll have to use an OS exploit and pen drive to boot straight to the desktop.
Okay, slow down. I'm not good with this stuff. After some fiddling and impatient instructions from Kibbles, we reach the desktop. The professor's background is a picture of him surrounded by cats. Should look cute, but it looks strangely unnatural. Fluffles Be the Best has just subscribed. Thanks for joining our channel.
There.
We search for the files. Oh, apparently that line's from Jurassic Park. Kibble says we can get past the authentication process, but we still need to figure out how to decrypt them. He sets a process going to work out the encryption key. While that's working in the background, I take a look around the rest of the computer to see what I can find. Apparently the Kanasi and Kanashi boy means sad or sorrowful. I find a folder with pictures of all the cats in it. They look like they're taken from a distance with a powerful zoom lens.
I just forgot. Caught me mid-sneeze. Not very professional.
Why do you think he has these photos?
Well, I don't know. I think he took them. He's only interested in cats as research subjects.
Really? Then how do you explain this desktop background?
Don't know.
The computer makes a noise. The computer program has finished trying to decrypt the files. What is it?
I couldn't get past the encryption. You only have to get access from one file, and it's an old one.
I look at what he's referring to. Oh, but it's a good one.
Yeah, what's it say?
I read the document out loud. Observations on Project Felix. Day 74. Subject's ears are becoming pointed. Hearing range is expanded to 60 kilohertz. Subject appears to be developing a reflective layer behind the retina. Eyesight in darkness has improved by 50% since last measured. Subject's field of view has expanded to approximately 200 degrees. Body hair is becoming more dense. Longer hairs around the mouth and eyebrows have begun to grow faster and appear to carry sensory information.
Human?
Attempts to reverse the changes have so far proved fruitless. Tomorrow we will carry out further invasive procedures. Day 75. Administered a combination of aminoglycosides, glucose, and the chemical extracted from the feral cat's adrenal glands. Initial results are promising. Subject appears to be in acute pain at all times. Day 76. Subject has perished overnight due to sudden heart failure, potentially as a result of increased stress. Postmortem to be carried out at 1700 hours.
Oh, that's dark.
Yes, it is.
Probably a good thing you never told the professor you're catified.
I nod and download the file to the pen drive as Kibbles instructed. I close the laptop. That's enough for one day, I think.
That's disturbing.
Well, that was scary.
Yeah.
Alright, we have 13 and 8.
Okay.
Times check on some of our test subjects. And times check on Muffin. I hope she's okay with all those tests. 1 second. I'm not taking a break, but I'm starving because I haven't eaten since this morning. I'm just going to go grab a handful of nuts.
Okay. I hope Muffin's okay. Almonds.
No, come back, almond.
Safe.
5-second rule.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Kathleen. I've been living on almonds. All people have been on Road Quest because I have frequently had days where I have not had enough time to get lunch. I think I've lost a pound during Road Quest just from not eating, or just eating nuts for lunch. Nuts are great. They're very filling, but they're not food. They're not a feel meal. All right, muffin or normal one?
Muffin. I want to know what we've done.
I arrive at the lab at the usual time. As I walk through the door, the professor is standing right in front of me with a disconcerting smile on his face.
Ah, Avery, perfect timing.
Morning, Professor?
Have you seen Muffin today?
I haven't. Why do you ask?
See for yourself.
He steps aside, and as I enter the tent, I immediately see what he's referring to. Muffin is bounding and scurrying at breathtaking speed, setting everything in her path flying. Crikey, Professor, what on earth has gotten into her?
Some time ago, we tried to test a new sample on her, but there was no response at the time. I expect that this is just a much delayed reaction to that sample.
She's like a hyper kitten.
Indeed. I have an assignment for you today.
You want me to catch her, don't you, sir?
Absolutely! You must retrieve some samples for analysis: skin, hair, and saliva.
Right. Okay. The professor chuckles to himself as he wanders out of the lab. He's right to laugh. This isn't going to be easy. Muffin is bouncing all over the place. I stumble around for a while trying to catch her, but she's too fast. I'll have to think this through strategically. Let's lure her with food. That's how I get my cats to come to me.
Okay, you're the cat expert.
I try the one thing that always works with Muffin. Food. I stand waiting with a handful of treats. Come on, Muffin, I've got your favorite. Muffin stops in her tracks and fixes her huge pupils onto the food. She's suspicious, but she can't resist. She tentatively approaches. Suddenly, she leaps forward. I suppose she thinks she can grab the food and run back before I can catch her. She thinks wrong. After a brief tussle, I have her in my arms. She soon resigns herself to her fate. I give her some treats and she starts purring.
Nice.
I collect the samples with a little fuss from her and place her in her crate. I'm prepping and cataloging the samples when I know something peculiar. The hair sample looks brittle, like it could turn to ash in my hand.
Oh no.
I glance at Muffin, and she's sleeping in an unnatural starfish position, as though she conked out mid-leap. Makes me feel uneasy.
Oh.
I go and give her a gentle stroke, but she seems perfectly fine and relaxed, but I can't help feeling she seems older than before. I must be getting paranoid. Womp womp.
No, we're evil. I'm sorry, Muffin.
I'm glad your stupid immortality serum's not working.
Mm.
But yeah, these cats appear to be able to live forever. If they stay as a cat.
I guess I don't trust the professor because he's always drinking that stream water.
Mm-hmm. Is she humanizing? No, she's probably just old. I'm resting. This issue of Kanashi Boy is super tattled. What has Kibbles been doing with it? Using it as his scratch post? I grab the mini hot iron and some sticky tape and get to work neatening it. I iron each page flat, unfolding the bent over corners, lining up the tears and patching them. I work slowly and methodically. Surprisingly therapeutic. After about an hour, I sit back and admire my work. I'm quite proud of the end result. Not quite good as new, but definitely carefully pre-loved. I reread the issue, delicately appreciating every flaw. I think I shall rename this one Kintsugi Boy. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of mending broken pottery with gold.
So, why was Kibbles' copy so pristine, and then this one just got messed up?
Maybe it came messed. Alright, what do you want to do? Romance, probably?
Sure.
We just have the most romance to get through, right?
Yep. It's true.
Alright, Weeby Cat. I've had a busy morning today, so I'm rewarding myself with a longer lunch break. I used the extra time to return to what has become one of my favorite reading spots in the forest, to finish Sakura. He was right. It's fantastic. I'm enjoying it much more than I expected to. I'm not usually a fan of manga that's excessively bloody. My tastes tend to be more benign. This was an exception. The gore is just so relevant to the individual characters and the overarching story that it felt entirely justified. I read the final page, close the issue, and exhale loudly. What an ending! I can hardly believe that the main character died. It's too sad, yet completely authentic. I can't see how anybody could have escaped a situation like that. My thoughts are interrupted by the sound of rustling nearby. I open my eyes. Hey, Kibbles. Kibbles, someone's out of the bushes again. He's holding an adorable little satchel, which is shaped like a penguin.
Hello, Avery. Have you read Sakura then?
Yeah, I just finished it now. It's so disturbing, but in the best possible way.
Yeah, the body horror bits are epic.
You want it back? I hand Kibbles the comic book. He examines it closely, clearly looking for any signs of damage or wear. After a while, he seems satisfied. He opens the satchel and carefully places it inside. At the same time, he takes out 3 more comics and presents them to me.
You should try these now. They're on another level if you want to be taken seriously. You've got to read them.
By who? Who's gonna take me seriously? You? Other cats? I struggle to understand who I should be getting to try to take me seriously.
Yep.
I give up. Okay, great. What do you have for me?
First, this is Harashi. It's about a kid who finds a puppet that lets him control his parents.
Oh, no.
Then this one's called Hungry Sparrow. The artwork is sick. And there's this character called the Icebreaker. He's a huge polar bear. And this last one is Kuchio Sobome. It's probably my favorite.
Oh, wow. Kuchio Sobome.
You've heard of it?
I've read it.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Well, actually couldn't stomach it, but I don't know how well Kibbles will take that. Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Maybe we should be honest. Sometimes having, contrary opinions can be okay with manga taste.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. We like the same other comic book.
I'm leaning towards honesty. What do you think?
Maybe if we give him an honest opinion, he'll recommend something else that we would prefer to read rather than us forcing ourselves to read stuff that we don't like.
So Astra7525 does say, I think this Mega Weeb wants you to like what he likes.
Well, we already had one thing in common, and we liked his other recommendation, but...
You know what? Honesty is the best policy, and realistically, we don't want a relationship of lies, do we?
Yeah, it says lie to spare his feelings, but no point in pretending doesn't mean we're necessarily going to hurt his feelings just by saying that it wasn't our favorite.
I would say that this character probably might want us to lie, but it's never actually worked very well. When we tried lying to the Major, he didn't like it.
Well, it was an important point about racism. I feel like that was definitely...
oh yeah, we were supposed to spare his feelings there.
No, we were supposed to be brutally honest with him.
Yeah.
About how he was being racist, and then we tried to be like, let's try being tolerant, and it didn't work out.
Alright, let's go for it. No point in pretending. To be honest, it was a bit much for me. Kibbles suddenly looks very serious. He reminds me of my lectures in uni when I answered a question wrong. Oh, but they don't want to come right out and say it was wrong.
In what way much?
I think it's a bit relentless, the gore.
It's not relentless, it's integral!
Really? I felt this scene where Kaneda eats the slug was just gratuitous. Totally the wrong place for something so gut-churning.
What? Kaneda never eats a slug. You must be thinking of something else.
No, it's right after Miharu brings her the fruit basket. She opens up a banana and the slug is inside.
I remember the fruit basket, but no slug.
He pulls the comic from its protective sleeve and starts looking through the pages.
Here's the fruit basket, and then it goes straight onto the train scene. No slug, see?
Oh, I see what the problem is. This is a shorter version. The slug scene must be the extended edition.
Extended version?
Yeah, I've got it back at camp. I can lend it to you if you like. Swapsies.
Yes. I feel like this is good.
Yes, Kibbles looks upset for a moment, but quickly composes himself.
Oh, well, I've heard the extended version is way too long. That's probably why you didn't enjoy it. The pacing is much better on the standard edition.
You're probably right. You have better knowledge than me on this stuff. He looks super happy and prances around me for a few seconds, catching imaginary insects. Okay, Kibbles, can I still borrow Hungry Sparrow and Hororashi? He pulls himself together.
Oh, so you haven't read those?
Not yet. I've heard Hungry Sparrow was excellent.
I'll say nothing until you've read them. We can compare notes then.
I have friendships like this about, albums.
Yeah.
Although it's usually not me being like, you have to listen to this, and if you don't like it, you're wrong. It's more like, do you like this? Although I had a fun conversation with Molly who was around. She's like, yeah, I heard about there's a band called The Books, and they have an album called Lemon of Pink. I was like, yes! The books were very popular. in 2005, and I know this because I am old.
Informative.
Kibbles hands me the comics and packs Kuchio Sabome away. Thanks, Kibbles. I'll bring them back as soon as I finish reading them.
See that you do.
He disappears backwards into the bushes once again, never breaking eye contact. Maybe he lives in that bush? Perhaps it's like the TARDIS or Snoopy's doghouse.
It's also kind of creepy. Never breaking eye contact.
I think that worked.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good choice.
It's been a few days since Kibbles lent me his comics. Although I devoured them on the first night, I've been so busy with work I haven't had time to return them yet. I'm dying to talk to him about them, so today I've cleared the decks enough to spend a couple of hours with him. I'm waiting in our usual spot when a nearby bush begins to rustle. Hi, Kibbles, you there? No answer. I brought your comics back. Still nothing. I knew he's there. He must be playing a game, so I decided to play along. Oh. I wanted to ask him about Hungry Sparrow. That's so clever. He would know why Nyoko broke the mirror at the end. Kibbles falls out of the bushes.
Obviously, she's just clumsy.
Really? I figured it was a metaphor for her fractured self-image.
Metaphor.
Yeah, because her heart was broken when Ryoji fell in battle.
Oh, of course, that goes without saying, but I just feel that interpretation is kind of tired.
Really? What would your interpretation be then?
I think it might be too complex for you. Let's talk about something else.
Alright, what do you want to talk about?
I'm starving. There's no proper food around here.
I eye the plump British long hair skeptically. I got a tin of tuna back at base camp if you want it. I could easily...
No, that's not proper food. Gross. I'm talking about proper food. Chocolate, crisps, pizza. Have you got any of those?
No, Kibbles, I don't.
But you know how to get them.
What are you implying, Kibbles? I can't actually just walk into the mess tent and steal armfuls of food in the middle of the day.
Exactly. Meet me outside the mess tent tonight at sundown. Bring a backpack and a torch.
Flashlight. This game is super British. Oh, Kibbles, I don't like the sound of this.
Snack grade. If you don't help me, I'll just have to do it myself.
I shudder at the thought of Kibbles being let loose in the mess tent without supervision. Well, okay, Kibbles, I'll meet you, but only if you promise to be super stealthy.
My stealth abilities are second to none. I'm a black belt in kate?
Kate?
I've heard of that. I don't know what it is, though.
I really hope so, Kibs, because we're gonna have to be super ninjas tonight.
Dink.
I kind of love Kibbles. I come to the mess tent a little before sundown, hoping to apprehend Kibbles in case he tries to stealthily barge in without me. I finally spot him in the distance, using his tail to brush away any paw prints he's leaving behind. He's taking this so seriously. My heart sinks and I realize how disappointed he'll be when I explain that we can't actually rob the mess tent of all its treats. Hey, Kibs.
Senpai.
Senpai? I have to restrain myself from doing an air grab.
I just want to say it's an honor to raid alongside you tonight.
Yes, well, about that, Kibbles.
I promise I won't let you down.
Oh no, why is he being so nice? Well, actually, I don't think this is such a good idea after all.
What? What are you talking about?
I was just thinking that maybe it'd be a step too far to raid the mess tent for spoils.
Are you joking? You changed your mind? You think I'm not up to the task? Is that it?
He looks so hurt. I feel really crummy. No, it's not you, Kibbles. I would gladly heat up a pizza and make a salad to go with it, but I don't think it's a good idea to take any more than that. Kibbles looks at me with disbelief.
Did you just say the word salad?
I did. I'm sorry. This is really a bad idea, Kibbles. Not only could it get me fired, but it'd get you sick if you ate lots of sugar and flour, and I don't want to be responsible for that.
It seems I was wrong about you. I thought you were heroic. I thought you were cool.
This really strikes a nerve, and I'm not sure what to do. I don't know whether to listen to my head or my heart. Oh, this is hard.
Will we actually get fired if we raid the tent?
I don't know.
Also, why don't we just have our own stash of food?
Yeah.
We didn't have to do any of that if we had our own snack stash.
Chat says raid, or at least Lorith and Crazy Matt Captain say raid.
I'm not too worried about raiding. I think we could do it. I'm not that worried about getting fired.
Nah, that'd be a weird as hell fail condition. Alright.
Yeah.
Kibbles called me senpai. I cannot let that be for nothing. Kibbles, I am heroic and I am very cool. Very cool. Let's raid. Kibbles does a happy little dance and fires invisible paw guns into the air.
You're sure everyone's gone to bed?
Yes, except Zane. He's doing his rounds. He's on the other side of the island right now, which gives us about 15 minutes.
This is so cool, like a proper real-life loot run.
You have to keep your voice down, Kibbs. The marigolds are doing their cleaning rounds in that tent just over there.
So stop talking, because now we have only 14 minutes and 32 seconds.
We have crept into the kitchen area, which is easy as the whole thing is open plan. I make a start by grabbing a pizza from the freezer and putting it in the microwave to cook. Next, I get the store cabinet keys from the usual place on a hook next to the sink.
The security's not exactly high-tech.
It doesn't need to be. We're on an island. We all get fed. Who would want to steal food?
Duh.
Ooh, Rock Pusher is cheered with a 100-bit sing. Pride, we're Pride, cheer mode, good job, Twitch.
Oh.
Oh, there's a Pride cheer mode? Because it's Pride Month.
Yeah, it is.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
My backpack is overspilling with loot and I'm struggling to zip it up. Point taken, but this is different. This isn't real food. This is the monthly treat ration.
Monthly? Then what do you eat all day?
Well, fish and vegetables mostly.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that, Avery.
What?
Never mind. Hurry up, we have 6 minutes and 47 seconds left.
After the zip on cue, the microwave pings. I grab the hot boxes and we're off. Why take so much?
Sea modes. So this is your place, huh?
We're sitting on my bed finishing the last of the pizza. Yep, this is my crib.
Never say that word again.
I cover my embarrassment by tipping the contents of my rucksack onto the bed between Kibbles and me. His eyes widen at the sight of our plunder.
Oh man, that's even more than I thought.
He stuffs his mouth with marshmallows and jelly beans. There are little tears in his eyes.
It's been so long. This is the best night of my life.
Kibbles and I gorge ourselves on junk food until we could barely move.
Thank you for today, Avery. I really needed this.
Oh man, Kibbles is definitely a former researcher.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh, did you eat too much?
I clamber out of my tent, hoping some fresh air will stop me feeling sick. By the time I return to the tent, Kibbles is gone and so is the loot. Oh, we got a Chivo for that. Patrician tastes. Okay, research or recon?
Yeah, it did feel similar to that date that we had with the Sphinx, where we were just like, no, about the nail polish.
And then she was like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
Because we definitely failed that date.
We were a little too hung up. Thanks, Rock Pusher.
Alright, looks like research 13 is the only research we can do right now.
Okay.
Want to do research or recon or dates?
What was the recon?
Recon 1.
Ooh.
Stealth mission.
Yep.
There's a trapdoor in the floor of the lab that is completely off limits. I spied the professor going in and out a couple times, and he always keeps it locked. And it's never mentioned. Avery's a badass. He's stealing food, hacking the prof's computer.
Nerding out.
He uses a keycard to enter, but as far as I'm aware, there are no copies. Strange, though, having a trapdoor in a tent, let alone special high-tech security. I can't help wondering what on earth could be down there. I don't know if it's the catification or this environment, but my curiosity has really started to get the better of me recently. I've spent some time ruminating and have finally formulated a plan on how to get past the trapdoor into whatever is beneath it, but this is more than a one-person job. I need to find an accomplice. I've made my way down to the beach to the familiar sight at this time of day. Snooty Booty, McMurphy, and Kibbles are reclining in the afternoon sun. The gang's all here.
Can't you count? There's only 3 of us.
I didn't mean it literally, Kibbles, but it's good to catch you. I need a willing volunteer to help me on my mission. Avery, my dear, charmed as though I always am to see you. You really do have a particular skill for interrupting one's beauty sleep. Now, if you could just move slightly to your left, you're casting a shadow.
So good.
I shift my position and lower my expectations. That's a really good line.
Yes.
That was great. This may not go as smoothly as I hoped. How about it, Murph? Fancy going on an adventure?
Ah, Kara, you must know a cat's a bit better than that by now. You're going to have to give us all the details before you can get any of us to agree to anything.
I can take you as kitty cat.
Hello.
Okay, how about this for intrigue? I have discovered a trapdoor in the ground of the main lab.
Yeah, what about it?
Oh, you know about it already?
Obviously, it's not exactly hidden.
So what's down there?
Don't know, don't care. Only the professor goes down there, Kara, and you can't blame us for not wanting to keep him company. Not that we'd be welcome.
Come on, guys, aren't any of you slightly curious? I already have a plan figured out. All I need is someone smart, stealthy, and skillful to be my partner in crime.
Kara, there are many things I would do for you, but going into the professor's territory is not one of them. He's adventurous. Why wouldn't he have been up for this?
Yeah, I'm surprised at you, McMurphy. I thought you at least would be lured by the thrill of the unknown.
Unknown, my eye. Whatever the professor is hiding down there can't be good. That much we do know. I don't even know what you asked us. How could a bunch of cats help you?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, Kibbles. In brief, I have already worked out that the door is operated by an automated mechanism. When the boss walks through the door, it closes and locks behind him instantly. Well, almost instantly. It's your job to prevent that mechanism from making contact.
Obviously, but how?
I will sneak you into the lab in my backpack, and when the professor is exiting the trapdoor, I will distract him while you make a break for it, and using your epic weapon as a tool, preventing the door from fully sealing.
Oh yeah, my weapon? That would be...
Your pebble!
Ooh.
Kibbles looks like he's about to scarp her, and I know I have to move quick. I open my rucksack. In you pop. I knew you'd be the bravest cat of them all. McMurphy flashes me a wink and nudges Kibbles forward. Gold Heartache 56 just subscribed for 6 months in a row, saying, "Hey, I just hit 6 months. Whoop! 3 more to my sub, baby."
Ooh. Valiant and brave as ever, Kibbles. You better man than me.
Kibbles gulps and slinks into my backpack. I head back to the lab before he can change his mind.
Poor Kibbles.
You've got to be as quiet as you can. A muffled voice comes from inside my bag.
Hey, Avery, your job is really boring.
Kibbles, my job isn't waiting around for people to go through trapdoors all day.
What exactly is your job?
Well, it varies from day to day. Most of the time I'm looking after the cats. A friendly tappy called Oscar meows from his cage as if he knows what we're talking about. Other days I might receive a delivery of samples and have to run extensive tests and log the information.
Hey, Avery, your job is really boring.
Nice. Kitty Wolf subscribed for 3 months in a row thanks to Roman Goro. Shh. I cut him off as the trapdoor begins to open, and I give my backpack an elbow as the professor emerges. Good.
Good day, Avery.
Sorry.
Beginning on the new samples, are we? Always good to get a head start.
Oh, yes, sir. I actually wanted to ask your opinion on this one. As I walk the professor over to my workstation, Kibbles has already leapt out of my bag and darted through the trapdoor just before it closes. Actually, I see what I've done. I misread the 8 for a 3. Now it all makes sense. I'm so sorry to waste your time, Professor.
No worries, Avery. Say, may I ask when the last time was that you visited the optician?
Just before I came to the island, everything was perfectly normal, sir.
Jolly good. Just checking.
Professor pushes his specs up onto the bridge of his nose and wafts out of the room. I breathe a sigh of relief and run over to Kibbles. He has wedged the small rock inside the rim so I can just pull the heavy door open. Well done, comrade. I knew you were the cat for the job. Kibbles looks proud in spite of his fear.
Victory or death.
I step down to join him, leaving the pebble wedging the door open above our heads. This is very scary. Immediately, I can make out a staircase in the gloom, taking us further underground. By the time we reach the last step, the temperature's changed noticeably, and I realize my teeth are chattering.
Don't be scared, Avery. I'll protect you.
Thank you, Kibbles. I fumble along the wall for a light switch. As soon as the lights come up, I cannot help but gasp. Oh man, you ready to see some weird shit, Joe?
No! Cats everywhere!
In front of us is a set of steel cabinets. It's a morgue. The light glints off them and forces my eyes to a squint. This place reminds me of something, but I cannot think what. The drawers of the cabinets are neatly labeled, each explaining what is contained within. Gallbladder, claw, front left, parotoid gland. Let's see. Ooh. There are hundreds of these, row upon row. I open the drawer labeled claw, rear right. It's what I feared I would find. Boxed claw samples, each labeled with a name, number, and some notes about that particular subject. Age, weight, breed, coloring. Every component that makes up a cat is neatly laid out in front of us. As a scientist, I'm used to seeing animal parts, but something is different about this place. The sheer volume of this is overwhelming. Cat after butchered cat. It's horrifying. I know what this place reminds me of. A morgue.
What the hell is this? Is this what they're all doing to the cats that die here?
I wonder if they're even waiting for them to die, but I keep my thoughts to myself. I look through the notes that Popper left on top of the cabinet. Looks like they harvest these from the cats that died during testing so they can study the effects of various compounds on each of the specimens. Neither Kibbles or I feel curious anymore. We decide to close this particular door behind us. Oh, please let us get out. Oh, thank God. Well, that was creepy.
Yeah. Poor cat friends. We should have known.
I mean, that's kind of what I expected.
I mean,
We have a lot of research to go before we're gonna make this,
69.
Alright, let's do this research.
Alright. No, Muffin!
I spend the day examining the cats to make sure they're in good shape. Muffin is a little grumpy today, presumably because she's an old lady and she's just been woken up, but otherwise she's doing well. As I replace her in a crate, I can't resist doing the human-cat equivalent calculation. She's 18, so if one feline a year equals 7 years, that makes her the grand old age of 126. I know it's nonsense, but impressive anyhow. It's more like one feline year is more like 4 to 5 human years.
All these cats.
Smokey is being quite vocal this morning, so I grab him next. His hair is a lot more luscious than it used to be. Ha! I can't help but run my hand through it. Although it's no longer growing, I feel how thick it is. Apart from that happy consequence, there doesn't seem to be any other side effects from the drug we tried on him, which is a relief. Further examination shows him to be very healthy indeed, a little bigger and heavier than last time I weighed him. All his other vitals are within normal acceptable range. I give him a small treat and he plods off happily. Who's next then?
I suppose I have a free minute.
I'm startled by the voice and turn to see that the quiet chocolate brown cat from the forest has entered without me noticing. Oh, Bee, you came.
Well, I was invited.
Of course, will you let me check you over? I'd like to update your details on the catalog.
Okay.
She leaps up onto the counter gracefully and I begin the examination. You're in very good condition, aren't you?
If you say so, Turntail.
Why do you call me that? She ignores the question. Turntail means coward, doesn't it? The last journal assistant left. The journal the last assistant left says that you called them Turntail too. I've read all about it. What did we do to deserve being called cowards?
You tell me.
She looks almost sad. Well, I've racked my brain since you first said it, and I really can't imagine. I continue taking her vitals, keeping myself busy to ease the tension between us.
You are taking too long.
I remove the stethoscope from one of my ears. I'm sorry, Bee, are you in a rush to get somewhere? I can't quite hide the sarcasm in my voice.
Not this. I mean, joining the dots, working it all out.
Working what out?
The connection.
I wait to understand.
Between us.
She's becoming more irritated than me, so I try to pull it back by being ultra calm. And what would that be? It's like a red rag to a bull.
Oh, clearly not our IQ mastermind.
I feel stung. I can't understand why she's so upset with me. There's an awkward silence when I finish checking her over.
Sorry.
Her voice is no more than a whisper. I beg your pardon?
It's not your fault. I just get so frustrated. Whenever there's a glimmer of hope, it's snuffed out before any progress is made.
Although I don't understand, I don't want to interrupt her. She looks so earnest.
I've been patient for so long, I'm beginning to forget.
Forget what?
Time is we mustn't waste it.
She looks so small and lost. Look, Bee, I'm really sorry if I said or did something to get us off on the wrong foot. I think it would be a real shame for us not to get along. We could be good allies.
Important.
Huh?
The word I lost. Time is important.
Yes, it is. See, we can agree. Maybe you and I could sit down together and talk about it a little more.
Maybe we could.
Bee leaps off the examination table and saunters towards the door.
I'll let you know, Turntail.
She's gone before I can reply. It's pretty obvious she's a former research assistant.
Yeah. Maybe they just think it's so unbelievable.
Alright, so what's our recon option here? Nothing. Interesting.
Huh. Guess you have to unlock it through dates.
I guess. I mean, that makes sense. That's how we did one, because Trixie gave us the stone.
Yeah.
Prof. Clary Sage subscribed for 4 months in a row. Thanks, TXC2.
Good night.
2 before dates, 1 after. Apparently interesting.
Mm,
There's a pattern we've missed.
yeah,
We are plowing through this game, but I don't know if we're going to finish it today.
probably not.
We're reading fast.
69%.
I haven't seen Kibbles since our pizza party the other night. I want to make sure he didn't overdo it once he left my tent. I approach the clearing, or the bushes he likes to hide in. Kibbles, are you there? No answer. Kibbles? The bush sneezes. I know you're in there, Kibbles. You just sneezed. Still no answer. Kibbles, if you don't come out here now, I'm coming in to get you. Kibbles lazily rolls out of the bushes.
Oh, hi, Avery. Hi. I just didn't hear you coming.
Kibbles, are you avoiding me?
No, I've just been really busy. No!
I pull a sticky sweet wrapper out of his long fur. Yes, I can see that. Is everything okay? I've been worried about you. You left so quickly the other night.
Well, I figured the night was over with you about to lose your guts outside.
Then you'll be pleased to know that I was not in fact sick. I did feel terrible all night though. What were we thinking?
What were you thinking, you mean? I happen to know my limits.
Except that you were sick on the way home, weren't you?
How did you know about that?
I didn't wait. I didn't until just now.
It was worth it. We should do that again.
Not with me, you won't. So what's been keeping you away?
I've been working on my project.
Project? What's that?
Just my latest comic.
Comic? You made one?
Yeah, I've been working on it for ages. You're the first person I've told about it.
Well, I'm honored. Tell me more. What's about? What's it about? Can I see it?
It's about a lot of stuff. You can have it, actually.
Really? Kibbles hands me a stack of papers covered with crude markings, held together with tape and staples.
Aw.
Oh, it's nice.
It's just a first draft. That'll be worth loads to the right collector.
Yeah, the artwork is quite avant-garde.
I was worried that being a cat would limit my artistic ability, but obviously I'm a savant.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, well, it has a unique smell, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to get pens and paints out here. I had to get pretty creative.
Something tells me I'd rather not know too much about his creative techniques.
Bugs.
Sure. Definitely not poop.
No!
Thank you for this, Kibbles. I'll read it as soon as I get back to base.
Yeah, well, it's pretty complex. You might not get everything on your first read through.
I look at the scratching paw prints and splatters that make up the pages of this first rare edition. No doubt. Maybe once I've read it, we can go through it together.
Smart. Yeah, okay. You'll probably need my
I
help.
don't want to date this cat successfully. Right, I'll go make a start then. Thanks again, Kibbles. That's really sweet.
Well, this cat likes junk food and manga.
Ah, now we unlock our new recon.
Very good. Maybe into poop. Yes, maybe.
Ah, let's finish the romance.
Okay.
I'm sitting outside my tent, trying to make sense of Kibbles' comic. I'm desperately hoping for something, anything that I understand enough to talk to him about. It's no use. Just as I'm giving up, I see Kibbles approaching from the forest. Kibbles, what are you doing here?
I figured you'd have finished reading my comic by now and you'd be ready to go through it with me.
Oh yeah, sure. It was complicated, like you said.
I knew you wouldn't get it.
Okay, I'll be honest. I didn't really understand very much at all.
Let's start at the beginning then, shall we?
Kibbles sits down next to me and flips the comic open on the first page.
It's semi-autobiographical. My memoirs, if you will, from what I can remember anyway. This page is about my parents. Well, that's sad.
Yeah, when you
So you
become a cat, your
slowly
human
forgetting
memories fade
everything.
away.
Well,
Because that's why B was like, I've lost a word.
yeah.
Kibbles points to a pair of red paw prints.
This is my earliest memory. My mom and dad sitting together while we played in the garden.
He turns the page. This one has just one red paw on it.
Money was tight, so mom worked a lot overtime. It's just me and dad most of the time. The next bit is about when I started high school.
This page is chaotic, bright smudges and scratches cover every inch.
I didn't really fit in at high school.
Kibbles gestures to a page with a big scratch from top to bottom.
This is the day where Troy started pushing me around. Look at this bit.
A tiny black substance covered the paper. I'm worried about what it might signify.
This is my happiest memory, sitting alone by myself in my room reading comics.
Kibbles is an ex-researcher. Or somebody who came to the island to work.
Yeah.
Or just to get away. Kibbles flips to a more colorful page.
This is when Dad started taking me to the comic store after school. It was like a whole new world for me. I'd lost interest in the commercial stuff. It started to feel lamestream to me. I discovered manga. It was much more on my level, way more intellectual.
Kibbles turns page after page, explaining the significance of the manga he'd read and how they shaped him and helped him escape from his problems. Kibbles, I think this is great. The way you're opening up to me, it's a real privilege.
Suppose.
I've thought about it lots and wondered if I should ask.
Ask what?
Were you originally human? I mean, were you catified?
Huh?
He's lowered the comic and is looking at me with an expression of incredulity.
I can't believe you just asked me that.
I'm sorry, you don't have to answer.
Are you actually joking? The whole comic is about my transition and stuff. What were you reading? If I wasn't originally human, how would I have had a manga collection that would make any otaku proud? How would I be able to read even?
Yes, of course I know. I was asking more about how it happened. How, when, where, that stuff. He's fixed his eyes back on the page.
Can't tell you.
Too soon?
Well, obviously not. We're looking at my entire existence here.
I feel a little foolish.
I just can't remember. Only bits, but it keeps getting less. Like it's fading in the sun.
I feel his frustration and direct us back to the safety of reading. It's okay, this is great. It documents everything. Finally, he turns to the last spread. The one I'd been avoiding. As the pages were stuck together, he prized them apart carefully as to not tear anything. It's a type of collage. He used bits of chewed up plants to stick down various objects. Amongst the colorful markings, there's a panel from my copy of Kanashi Boy, some sweet wrappers, and in the center, the unremarkable pebble, the one that Kibbles claims he was looking for the first night we met in the clearing. It has a blue and green paw print on it. Kibbles, this is beautiful.
This page is about you.
Me?
Yeah, well, us.
Us? What about us?
You and me, our story.
You wrote a story about us?
No, the story that we are. That is, I want.
Take your time, Kibbles. Count to 10. Use your words.
I'm not a kid. Don't patronize me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I was trying to help.
It's just confusing. I don't know what to say, because I don't know what I feel.
About what?
About this.
Kibbles angrily jabs the comic with his claw until it hooks into the paper and he can't unstick himself. Do you need help, or I really don't want to be patronizing? Kibbles finally tears his paw free and looks at me directly in the eye and blurts out one word. Fart juice. No, love!
Romantic.
Love!
Look at that little cat face.
Baka says, oh, Julie! Julie!
Yay!
Julie, you should come and play a dating game with me on the stream sometime. I'm not sure I even fully heard him correctly, but I'm frightened to ask him to repeat himself, so I take a punt. Love?
Maybe.
Well, we'll discuss it later, Julie.
Ooh.
Kibbles, I may be a very clever scientist, but I can't read minds. You're gonna have to tell me what you're trying to say.
Maybe I might have love feelings, possibly. For you, I think.
Oh, well, let's
make a new cat! New cat!
New cat! Hopefully we don't end up in a morgue, cut up into pieces, and as a test subject.
Hello.
Maybe all the smart cats here are humans.
Well, wait. Okay, so our last human cat, they got that nice stone. What if we just, receive stones from that cat so that we're safe and we can be fine? And we'll live here unprotected.
Maybe. I mean, the stone just lets you in the danger zone. It doesn't stop you from becoming a cat.
I don't think they go into the danger zone, though, the researchers.
No, it's true. Well, that's good. It is? Yes! Because I might have love feelings possibly for you, I think, too.
You might?
I do!
Yes, so do I. Definitely, I think. Yes.
Kibbles looks like he doesn't quite know what to do next, so I bend down and we share an affectionate nuzzle. He purrs loudly, then bites my arm and runs away. Baka!
Tsundere.
Oi, where do you think you're going? I chase him through the forest.
Two cats.
Okay.
Oh, that became very sudden.
And then we did a cat.
Yep. I like it though. I like that some of the researchers and cats, they seem to match up more.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's
do this recon.
Yep.
Well, I will be able to complete our recon. Ooh, it might be worth taking a closer look at the comic Kibbles made.
Sure.
Oh, we haven't checked the extras, but it didn't tell us to check them.
It didn't tell us we unlocked more.
I'm laying in my tent looking at the comic Kibbles made. It's a really heartwarming thing. He's put a lot of work into it. As I'm looking, I notice something behind the colors. Looks like Kibbles might have painted over something he found. I could just about make up the signature in the lower right corner. The more I squint, the more I believe it's Professor Popper's. I wonder what this used to be.
Oh.
I suppose it'd be possible to clean off the paint and see what's underneath, but I can't bring myself to do that. Maybe there's something in the lab I can use to see more without destroying the artwork. I'll arrive at the lab just after dark when I'm guaranteed to have the place to myself. There's a portable x-ray machine in the back. We use it to examine the bones of cats after changing their diet. There's a light box attached to it so that you can see the x-rays properly. Oh, the light box, yes. This is a piece of equipment I'm hoping will reveal the secrets under Kibbles' work of art. I lay out the comic on top of the light box. I can see the image quite clearly under the paint. It's a letter. Dear Jonathan, firstly, I would like to wish yourself and Martha a very happy new year. I understand your concerns. The recent closure of our account at your cat farm may indeed negatively impact your business. I can assure you this decision was not taken lightly. I'd like to take the time to personally thank you and your family for help in providing us with cats over the years. So they used to buy cats? From your last letters, clearly you don't fully stand our reasoning. The traditional method of farming cats have, as you pointed out, been perfectly acceptable for many years. However, recent advances in technology that our team have employed mean we're able to produce cats at a far greater scale and much more quickly than using the traditional methods. Our offshore facility can produce 100 cats in the time it would take you to rear 10. I would, however, like to repeat our offer of a job in the offshore nursery. Wait, Jonathan, what's the boatmaster called?
Wasn't that him and his son? His son's Joe, right?
Yeah, your family has been an asset to this company for many years, and we would like to show our loyalty and appreciation. Please do consider this offer seriously. Warm wishes and season's greetings from Professor Popper and team.
Maybe...
An offshore cat breeding facility? We have an island overrun with cats right here. Why would we need... Before I can even form the question in my mind, I know what the answer is. The island is the offshore facility! Professor Popper was obviously keeping it well under wraps. I look at Kibbles' sweet picture and wonder how on earth he had this letter in possession. Slowly, another thought begins to force its way into my consciousness. What if Jonathan and Martha accepted the offer that was made to them and came to work on the island? What if they brought their young son with them? Could this be Kibbles' parents? I decide to respect Kibbles' privacy and keep this information to himself. He may not remember any of this, and I don't want to distress him.
No.
Let's see if there's any extras. Nope.
Okay. Maybe you unlocked it because we ended the other one early by not doing the research.
No, it's because we chose something else. Alright, well, let's do our last piece of research then. Yes, I'm ready. It's probably not Jonathan Marigold. Maybe? Probably not? Because it's Mason Marigold. Alright, research 10. Today's the day Mr. Bumble gets the all clear. He's a tough old boy and I'm looking forward to giving him a cuddle.
Aww, Mr. Bumble. I like that it follows up on the cats that we've experimented on.
The professor lifts the flap of my tent and pokes his head inside.
Avery, may I have a word?
Of course, sir. He lets the flap fall shut. I'm not sure what time it is, but it's still dark in my little shelter. I quickly pull on my lab coat over my pajamas and wake my way outside to find the professor staring out to sea. Something wrong, Professor?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose something is wrong. Your Mr. Bumble is getting worse, Avery. He's taking a turn in the night.
Oh my goodness, he was doing so well. I was going to recommend we release him this week.
With older cats, this could be expected. A sudden relapse is common, and they become overwhelmed so quickly.
I can't believe it. Is it something I did or didn't do? Did I miss something?
No, Avery, I trust that you've done your absolute best for him, my dear, but I'm afraid he is in a lot of discomfort now.
His words, cut like a knife. The thought of any animal being in pain is heartbreaking, but I've grown very attached to Mr. Bumble in the time I've been caring for him. Zed Alpha cheered with 100 bits saying, "Calling it now, new game plus. This is the forbidden romance between Floofy Butt and a love-struck seagull."
We do a lot of good on this island, Avery, and it can truly be a joy to live with these beautiful animals and ensure that they are well and happy. But we also have to do a lot of things that we don't want to, unpleasant things, you understand. Though we always have the best interests of the cats in mind.
I know what's coming, but I hope I'm wrong.
Mr. Bumble may live for a while yet, Avery, but his every waking moment will be full of pain and suffering. It's times like these that we must think about what is best for our subjects.
The professor takes a deep breath.
Mr. Bumble will have to be euthanized, my dear. There's no two ways about that, but I thought it may be nicer for him if you were the one to do it. You could say your goodbyes, stroke him, make him as comfortable as he can be, and then take away his pain with one quick injection of catamine.
I'm frozen. I don't want to answer.
You don't have to agree, but I wanted to give you the choice. He'll be euthanized tonight either way. Would you like to be there? Which one was Mr. Bumble? Was that the hair growth?
I don't remember. It was one of the other cats, one of the other researchers were working on, I thought. Huh. So I would like to take Mr. Bumble's pain away. I'd like to be there, but I don't want to be responsible for his death. I don't want to be there. It's too upsetting.
They've given us multiple choices.
I think it's...
We could at least be there for the cat, but maybe not inject them.
You want to do this one? I want to be there, but I don't want to be responsible for his death?
Yeah, I feel like... I don't know.
Duh.
I feel like the first option is putting us too much in alignment with what's going on this island. And then the last option is just like completely uninvolved, which we aren't. We've been completing the research, so I feel like maybe the middle option? There's no option to sneak him out, but if we're there, I guess we can see what happens. Unless it's a trick.
I don't know. I don't trust Popper at all. Huh.
If we're not there, we can't affect what happens at all, though.
Yeah. You want middle? What do you think, Joe?
I don't think there'll be an option to switch it for something else and to let the cat go.
Probably not.
So yeah.
Run off with the cat?
That's not an option.
You know, you owe it to your friend to be done there and to make sure it's done right. Yeah. Ugh.
All it says is, would you like to be there? So we could be like, yeah, let's be there.
Alright. This one, then?
Sure.
It's either one of these two, I think. I don't trust Popper left alone.
No, it's like the what would you like to drink choice.
Yeah.
There's really only one answer.
Top choice. Anything else is cowardice, in my opinion. Contingent Cat says the second. This is weird. This is debating. I say the first. If he's not there, maybe we can see some stuff. Actually, that's true.
Oh.
All right, let's go for the first one, and then Popper's not there, and then maybe we can see if he's.
Doesn't
really
imply
sick.
he won't be there.
That's true.
Would you like to be there implies he'll be there anyways.
Well, because if he says, I would like to be there, but I don't want to be responsible for his death, means definitely Popper will be there. But if it's just me, then Popper won't be there.
I
Run
think
off
he
with the
wants to
cat.
handle the remains anyways because of the morgue.
Probably.
I think he'll just be there. I feel like if we choose the middle option, maybe we'll still save the cat. I don't know. It is hard to tell. I feel like if we go with the first or second one, it'll be
I'm
fine
going for the
either
first
way.
one. I don't like Professor Popper.
Okay. Sure.
I think I should be the one to put Mr. Bumble to sleep.
I know it's painful, but I think you've made the right decision, my dear. Let's get this over with as quickly as possible. Yep. They're both gonna be there.
Darn.
Yep. No!
Mr. Bumble is curled up in his crate. I'm a bit taken aback at how well he looks. I had braced myself for a different picture entirely. I'm grateful he doesn't look as sick as he is.
Oh no! That means it's a lie.
Oh no! The professor begins preparing the lethal injection. I take this moment to comfort Mr. Bumble through the bars of his crate. I'm wondering if I pick him up, I'll never be able to let him go. I talk to him quietly. Even though he can't understand what I'm saying, I hope my voice will be a comfort to him. It's okay, my friend. Nothing bad will happen to you.
Liar!
I'm surprised to hear the familiar voice of Trixie coming from. Oh no!
Turncoat! We're a turncoat! We shouldn't have been responsible!
We didn't know!
Yes, we did! The middle option! I can't believe this! I trusted you!
I cough away the sob in my throat. I
defended you when people called you a traitor. I believed in you, but you're just like him, aren't you? There's nothing wrong with that cat. Mr. Bumble's as healthy as I am. No!
I hate this
game! Chose wrong!
Trixie's mad at us.
Yeah, he's fooled you too. I thought you were smarter than that. Can you not see what's going on here? Maybe we can still back out.
Mm-hmm.
The injection's ready if you finish saying your goodbyes.
I hesitate, feeling Professor's shrewd eyes on me.
I can't watch this. No!
I see Trixie's shadow slink out of the tent.
I think delaying the things longer would make the situation more distressing.
I'm sorry, Professor, but could I have a few moments alone with Mr. Bumble? I would like to brush his coat one last time.
Certainly, my dear. I'll leave you to finish the procedure. No need to report back to me tonight. Yes! It's because we said we'd do it. He trusts us! Oh, Kathleen!
The Professor pokes a finger into Mr. Bumble's crate and whispers a few words that are just out of earshot. He squeezes my shoulder paternally before feeling the lab. Oh, before leaving the lab. My heart is beating fast, Joe!
I was like, we fucked up.
I immediately open the crate and hold the cat protectively to my chest. You're staying with me, boy. I whisper the words in my ears. Something in my gut tells me that the professor is listening outside the lab. We can't leave through the main entrance. We'll need to find another way out. My mind races wildly. I stroke the large cat with my free hand. His rhythmic purring helps me to concentrate better. I suddenly see an image of Trixie in my mind's eye. Where did she go? How did she get out? I search every corner on the tent for an opening or a broken stake in the ground. Finally, a tear in a fabric behind some of the cages, and I'm able to squeeze through it with Mr. Bumble in my vice-like grip. My body switches to autopilot, and it takes me to the only place I can go, Trixie's cave. Oh god, it was so hard to push for the first option, not give it away.
Oh, I see.
Because if you don't do it, there's no way to save him, because Popper will kill him.
That's fair. Okay.
The cave is unusually dark and cold. She must be out. I wrote a short note explaining that I couldn't go through with the euthanasia, and I'll be back at the lab covering my tracks tonight. I use one of her minerals, Floofy Butt, as a paperweight and make sure Mr. Bumble is settled and sleeping before I make my way back to the tent. Yay!
Save Mr. Bumble!
Oh, and we unlocked a new research that we could only have unlocked by saving Mr. Bumble.
Nice. Nice work, everyone. That was tough. Oh. How are we supposed to cover our tracks? I can't believe we didn't die.
Now we're gonna turn into a cat. I've come to the forest to gather my thoughts.
Yep.
Yes, it's been easy to cover my transition, excess body hair, some of a tail. My pupils have turned into vertical slits. I'm gonna hide out for a while and see what happens. I'm sure Trixie will apologize. Sometime later. Looking around, I don't remember ever being happier. I'm laying here in the forest with Kibbles, reading a new edition of Kanashi Boy. Oh my god, what a good cat!
Oh, I'm so happy.
Are you ever gonna tell me how you managed to get a hold of these books?
Yeah, I could.
Really? Finally?
But then I'd have to kill you. Yeah.
We're interrupted by the familiar sound of the ferry arriving at the pier. It seems my replacement has already arrived.
That must be the new research assistant. Wanna go annoy them?
Kibbles never gets tired of being Kibbles. No, you go if you like. I'm gonna have a nap in a minute.
Yeah, me too. It's hard work, all this reading.
There was a time that I would have thought he was being ridiculous, but these days I have to agree. It's the pages! Turning pages is surprisingly taxing with pause. I feel so lucky that's the only thing I have to complain about. My life is really charmed. I know now that I made the right decision. I used to worry. I felt guilty about giving up my work on the antidote. I resisted the urge to join Kibbles and the rest of the gang for as long as possible, but I think a small part of me always knew that I would give it eventually. Now I have no regrets. None of the other cats blame me. They're happy for Kibbs and I. We're one big family.
Wanna go cliff hopping later? There's after sleep ops.
I'm happy to do whatever you want, Kibbs.
Really?
Of course.
Okay. Give me a bacon biscuits massage while I fall asleep, would ya?
I roll over and open one eye to see Kibbles has the broadest grin on his face. I swish him with my tail and drift off into a blissful sleep.
Aww, meow meow.
And when ex Kilito just subscribed, And Zed Alpha has cheered with 100 bits, saying in before Bumble turns out to have chronic and terminal bonitis.
Successful date!
Oh, thank
That was really tough. 77.8%.
We've seen 49% of the game.
Okay, what?
See?
Is it counting
There's
the
so
endings
much
that we can't finish, though?
I guess.
4 secrets.
Okay, here's the deal.
1 person left.
It is 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're not going to finish this game today. I have to be at the airport at 4. Alright, let's name our last researcher. I think that percentage includes his branches and fail states. Probably.
Yeah. Well, we only have 1 researcher left, so I think we're more than
Jolene
half done.
closing the circle. Let's give this person her... I like that there's a variety of races and ethnicities represented here, and you get 3 male researchers and 3 female researchers. Go random. Oh yeah, they have random names. I mean, Joan's not bad.
Sure.
I need the end of this game, says Rivulatus. I know, I want to get to the end of it too. I step off the boat and onto Cat Island. I'm full of anticipation of what my first day will bring. 8 hours, 1 journal, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm skipping all of this.
Okay.
Because it's the same. Help the kitties.
Yeah.
See, after my day job, perfect. And now we get to see if we can romance. Because there's only 1 romance option left, and that's Ravenpaw.
That's true.
Don't give the name away. Who the hell? Let me take the photo away from Mason Marigold. Yep, yep, yep. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Cats, cats, cats. Research, research, research. They probably should have done this for the last 3 researchers rather than... Alright. We're at 77%.
Yeah.
That's our recon. 3, which is... Oh, something with Mr. Marigold. That's cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to know that.
Yeah, this research assistant should be damn in the know.
Yep.
Oh, we have 14 and 15. Oh. Enjoy the sunshine. Release some of the kittens.
That's strange. I didn't think we'd release any.
And romance. Ravenpaw!
Yeah! Look at that good cat.
I'm so excited. But now it's 2:59, so...
Yeah.
I think... Okay, so... We're not done the game.
Yeah.
What? Do you want to do a bonus stream on Saturday? I'm coming in to do some editing, but we don't really have any other streams scheduled. So I have to go, which is because I have to go and I have to get somebody from the airport, and then I have to come back here for Lure MTG. So we cannot run this game back for probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But we could do like a bonus stream on Saturday, or we could just put it on break until after the pre-release. What do you want to do, Joe?
I'm around for a bonus stream.
All right, I'll add that to the schedule. We'll do a bonus stream Saturday. Joe and I are going to work out the time, then I'll put it on the schedule and we'll tweet about it. Does that sound okay, team? And then we can get this done on Saturday.
Ooh.
And then we won't be leaving people 2 weeks before the end of Now Kiss. So that's a bonus stream tomorrow.
Yes, that
Yes!
is tomorrow.
Oh my goodness!
It's Friday.
It's Friday! Yay! Time to get down on. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a Catterday bonus stream.
Yes!
Yay!
It's meant to be.
Okay, yeah, because I would feel really bad because we're so close to the end, but I would feel bad about leaving people on the hook
Yeah.
for not seeing the end of this game. But yeah, 5 sessions to get through this. By the way, this game is great. I think you should buy this game because there's lots of stuff that Joe and I didn't see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a bonus stream tomorrow. We'll talk offline about the time. So you can look at our schedule page, which is below us on Twitch, and come back for more Purrfect Date. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.